Today we're going through our first property deal. You will see how we found the deal, how we funded the deal, what challenges we had, and how we overcame them, and how the property is performing today. If that's helpful for you, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time we upload a video. Nowadays we're mainly doing house conversions into shared houses, but this is the deal that got us started, and maybe it's useful for you and you will learn something from it for your first deal.
So let's just dive right into it. How did we find this property? So we have gone on to 100 viewings. We have viewed a lot of houses, smelly, rundown, walking conditions as well. And we have also viewed a lot with this estate agent, so we have kind of built up a relationship there. We have been driving around the streets in that area, so we know the area fairly well, I would say. And also because we have run numbers on several other property deals as well, and we know how a good deal will look like.
So how do we know that this one was a good deal? In this area, properties in a good condition were selling at around 60,000. This property was on the market by the time when we viewed it for 45,000. So we knew, oh, there is a little bit of a difference there, difference of around 15k between what the seller is asking for and what a good condition property looks like. When we went to view the property, we realized, wow, there's actually some work to do. And we as property investors, we're also looking for a bit of a profit margin. We make money when we buy. So we told the vendor we can maximum offer 39,500 for this property. We didn't think that he would jump at that offer, but it has been on the market for quite some time. They originally asked for more for that property, but it looks like no one...
It's not moving.
It's just not moving. It wasn't worth as much as they were asking for. So we came in with our offer at the right time. They accepted the deal probably, I think, a day or two after we've put in the offer, and that just showed us we're on to our first deal. We also realized that the price was secondary for the vendor, which at the beginning we didn't really think. We thought property is all about getting the highest price. But the vendor reduced the price, and that showed us they really just want to get rid of the property. It wasn't suitable for a first-time buyer because it's not walking condition.
It's dated.
Yeah, it was dated.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that came with a lot of challenges then for us.
So first of all, we don't have a refurb experience at all. We were estimating our refurb based on what we can see. We put in a ballpark figure. We also went in with a builder that was recommended within our network, and
we also saw a couple of projects from them.
Yeah.
So that's where we knew what they have spent on other jobs.
Yeah.
So we were fairly confident in how much will the refurbishment cost, although we haven't carried out a refurbishment.
And they were way more experienced than us at that point, so we managed to get them in to quote on the job, and it's fairly similar to our estimate, would you say?
Yeah, it wasn't far off.
Yeah, so and we got them in obviously to do the works afterwards as well, and we learned a lot from them. So we actually leverage on their experience and knowledge on how to refurb.
Yeah, that was really needed. Luckily we had a really experienced team for the refurbishment. It was a lot of details that we didn't think about. We thought it's all about, well, knowing your figures, but when you come down to it, and you need to know the details. You need to tell the builder what you want because it's your property. It's not the builder's property. So make sure you leverage on other people's experience. There are people out there that know way more than you, but your job is to assemble all the knowledge and bring it together to your project.
And the next big challenge that we had back then was we didn't have the funds to do the deal. Although we know that, you know, buying a property for investment, buying it and renting it out is a good form of investment. That's what we know we wanted to do, but we don't have enough funds. We approached our friends and families to fund the deal, as well as a bridging lender. And for our friends and families, we just offered them a fixed return on their funds, and we will return them their money after we refinance the property. When it comes to the bridging lender, it's our first time using bridging as a form of lending, and many people have said that it's so expensive. Be careful, do your numbers well. If you want us to go in a bridging, how we go about using a bridging lender, could potentially do another video on it.
Let us know in the comments below if you are thinking about using bridging at one point. I have a neat calculator that I could share with you. Just let me know. So what did that property mean to us? It meant we're in business. It was our first property in our property investment career. We haven't even bought our own residential. So that is a block for a lot of people that say, well, but you have to buy your own residential property first, because before you can buy a buy-to-let property. And that's just not true. We bought a buy-to-let property first before we got our own residential mortgage. You need to have a good broker who can arrange that for you, but it's certainly possible.
Yeah, and obviously we were feeling a bit anxious and also worried. Are we doing the right thing? Is this the right property? And at that time we are also working with mentors, Mark and Nick. If you're interested, go check them down below, and the links, I will link them down below. And yeah, so our mentors gave us the kick in the bum to go ahead with this deal, because we need to get our clock ticking for doing deals. You will learn as you go, and you have to start doing the first one, because we have viewed so many properties, we have offered on so many of them, and we have actually got offers accepted, and then we had to let them go because we were so worried. Yeah, obviously this is the first deal for us, and it was so important for us to get started. It's also kind of a mindset shift for us to gain confidence in doing deals. Thank you to our mentor who got us started on this first deal. So let us know down below if you were us. Would you be also anxious or worried about doing your first property deal? Let us know down below.
So how's it performing today? Well, we bought this property in the end at 39,500. We've invested around 12 grand in refurbishment, in bringing the property up to legislation. In the end, we got a revaluation on the property of 63,000. We were estimating it to get a value of 60,000, but the market has picked up while we were buying it. That means on that remortgage we could pull out most of our funds, and now it's renting at 450. So it's a nice little buy-to-let property. There are people living in there, and it's just a bread and butter buy-to-let. We would do this type of deal every day of the week.
Yeah, so in conclusion, what are the takeaways from doing this first property deal for us? It's very important that you have a strategy before you buy. You need to think, am I going to do income strategy? Is it going to be buy to let? What is the demand in that area? Are you going to rent out to singles or couples or families or students? You probably need to view 100 properties before you buy your first one. That for us was very important, because we got to know the area so well, we got to know the agents so well, and we know that type of property is the one that we're going for, and it's just all about finding the right property. And you definitely have to get your ducks in a row, so your finance in place, know your solicitors, get everything prepared when you have an offer accepted, so you are ready to go.
You also cannot know it all. As property investors, you think you should be knowing everything, but we don't think so. You need to surround yourself with people who know it. There are people out there that are way more qualified when it comes to building, refurbishment, legals, all these different types. So you need to surround yourself with those people who know it, and then you leverage on their experience and their skills. It's also important to understand you make money when you buy. We always make sure that we have a buffer of we spend less than the property is actually worth. In times like now, when property's value might go down, we are actually not losing out on it, because we have a built-in buffer that makes sure when property values drop, then we are not losing immediately. Having said that, how do you achieve that? Well, add value to the properties, carry out some refurbishment works, make sure you have run your numbers properly, and
stress tested.
Stress tested, yeah. Now are the times where you see if your stress test was big enough, and you will be thankful when you do that for the next time something like this happens.
So if that has been useful to you, make sure you check out the link below for a free PDF that we have put together, a checklist of things that you need to take note of before you start investing in UK properties. And also, if you have liked today's video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified when we post new videos.
Also check out our 2 videos that we recorded when we were doing the deal back in 2017. We're gonna link them up here.
Go check them out and see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Click already, click it, click it, click, 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 click.
Click already. Who's starting?
You go here, I go here.